Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video, and welcome back to MMOments. Talk about a blast from the past. Now, if you guys were around back in the day where I was making the MMOments videos, feel free to sound off in the comment section down below. But I believe that a majority of you guys will have no idea whatsoever what I'm talking about. So allow me to explain as I take you back with me on a short trip through memory lane. So back when I initially started making videos for YouTube, I needed a name for whatever it was that I was going to make, because back then everyone had like names for their shows, so to speak. Even today, a lot of people have like names for different segments that they do on YouTube. It just helps people identify the content. And I wanted to have something that would identify my content. And the first idea that I came up with was MMOments, because it was, you know, I'm playing MMOs, I'm going to be talking about MMOs, so it's going to be like moments in MMOs, MMOments. And so I just went off and I started talking about MMOs. The very first video I ever made was actually like a comparison between Guild Wars and Warcraft. And I mean Guild Wars 1, not Guild Wars 2, the original Guild Wars and World of Warcraft, because those were two games that I was playing at the time. And, you know, eventually this thing kind of became me talking about stuff in my car, because I had a long commute between my house and my work, and I just figured I'm going to use that commute to actually record videos. And I put my laptop in my car, which is a terrible idea, to actually be recording videos while you're driving your car. Not to mention that it's not particularly safe for you to be recording video while driving your car, but on top of it, it's not particularly good for your hardware either, because back then we didn't have SSDs. It was just like mechanical hard drives, and having those like kind of like vibrating with the car vibration from driving around. Not to mention Portuguese roads, which are not that great to begin with. It was just not a particularly good idea, but that's essentially what I did. I would record myself talking into my laptop, usually about World of Warcraft, specifically class balance. I remember I made like 3 videos complaining about Death Knights during Wrath of the Lich King, because Death Knights were just like so friggin' busted. Paladins were also busted, but for whatever reason, Death Knights really caught my attention back then. And then when I would get home, I would edit the videos, put them up on YouTube, and that's kind of like how MMOments came about. Now, if you look on YouTube for MMOments, you're not really going to find it, because back then I was editing copyrighted music in the background of my videos. And, you know, eventually that whole copyright thing happened on YouTube, which it happened a lot sooner there. Like we had that in either 2007, 2008, which then what I did was I just deleted every video that I had. So you guys will not find a lot of those MMOments nowadays, because they're gone forever. And I actually find it interesting that Twitch is only going through this particular ordeal now. Like we went through this on YouTube over 12 years ago, I think. So yeah, it's pretty insane to think that it took them like 12 years to go after streamers, but you know, it is what it is. Either way, I figured that MMOments would be a good name for, you know, potentially a series. I don't know if this will become a series or not, but whenever I talk about MMOs, because the whole point of me going back to World of Warcraft was to kind of like connect with a younger version of myself. And so I figured, hey, why don't I just adopt the old name that I had as well for the shows and stuff, and just kind of like bring that all back together. And it's actually been quite the positive thing for me playing World of Warcraft, because I have kind of like connected, like there's just some weird part of my brain kind of like unlocked when I came back, and I started looking at things a little bit differently. Like one of the things that you'll notice is that I'm in a different space right now, because this was something that I had planned on doing for months. Like literally for months, I was like, I gotta go to a different office, because the office that I was in the warehouse, it was too close to the train tracks, so you would hear the trains often. You might still hear it, but you're not gonna hear it as badly as you did in the old office. So I wanted to move the office. And then after that, I was like, okay, so I got to come up with a different lighting solution, different camera setup. And right now I even have like a 2-camera setup. I'm not going to fiddle with it for this video, but those of you who've been in live streams, you've seen like the 2-camera setup that I have right now. And the lighting situation is much better. It's still not good. Like I'm still working on a better solution. But basically, for whatever reason, right, trying to, you know, it's just the mind works in mysterious ways. Me kind of like connecting back with World of Warcraft in this younger side of me when I used to just create content around World of Warcraft has triggered me to do a bunch of different stuff. So like, for instance, when I told you guys in the previous video, I'm going to be putting videos in the Rurikhan Unleashed channel instead of putting it here. And we're going to be doing this, and I'm going to be moving the Divinity Original Sin thing there as well. And basically once my brain kind of like recalibrated and reconnected with this, again, younger version of myself, I was like, why? Screw all that. Whatever, dude. Whatever happens is going to happen. Like, it's going to be whatever. I keep always stressing too much about this stuff. I keep stressing about which content I'm going to put on this channel. And, you know, oh, I should only do this because this will appease the algorithm. And, you know, this will keep YouTube happy and blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, I spent more time thinking about what I was doing than actually doing things. And I kind of feel like I'm getting to a place where I'm kind of done with all that. So like videos like this where I just kind of feel like talking to you guys, they're going to happen. And some people are going to watch them. Some people are not going to watch them. Whatever, dude. I don't care. Content for World of Warcraft, anything that I feel like creating is going to happen. It's just right now, most of the stuff that I'm doing is super old, so it's not really super relevant. And I really don't feel like bringing that up and putting that in the channel. But once we hit Shadowlands, there's probably going to be stuff. There might even be live streams in here of me doing Shadowlands stuff because it is what it is. And I'm at that point where I just like, hey man, I don't care. Some people are going to watch it. Some people are not going to watch it. Maybe I'll tank my channel. Maybe I won't. But if I do tank my channel, at least I will be doing something that I'm enjoying at the time. Now, having said that, I would like to mention, because of the fact that whenever I play a video game, particularly when I play a video game for an extended period of time, it is usually a game that I would recommend people to play. Like, for instance, when I play Dark Souls, it's very easy for me to recommend people, you should check out Dark Souls. When I play Demon Souls, I'm pretty sure, when I play Demon Souls, I'm pretty sure it's going to be very easy for me to recommend people, you guys should probably play this Demon Souls remake because it's looking pretty damn good, right? Eventually, when I play Monster Hunter Rise, when I play Monster Hunter World, these are all games that are very easy for me to tell you guys, yeah, man, these games are freaking fun as hell. You guys should definitely check them out. World of Warcraft is not going to be one of those games. I'm playing World of Warcraft more for myself than necessarily for my audience, like I said, to kind of help me connect. It's kind of like a vessel more so than necessarily something that I would advise people to play. I would not advise anyone to jump into World of Warcraft right now, like at all. That's my honest take on it. Like, I don't think that Shadowlands is going to be something that is going to redeem World of Warcraft for me. I don't think, I mean, if my mind changes, I might be making a video talking about it later and saying, hey guys, actually Shadowlands was amazing. Actually, this is just what the game needed. Like, that might happen, but I don't foresee that happening. I'm not going into it with kind of like rose-tinted glasses like I went into it in Battle for Azeroth, because I was really excited. I really thought that, like, oh yeah, this is bringing back the conflict between the Alliance and the Horde. It's going to be real good. And then it turns out, you know, the story was not that spectacular to begin with, as usual. The mechanics were also not that great. The reward systems for Mythic Plus were terrible. The class balancing at the start of BFA was completely atrocious. I don't know how badly it got later down the line. I know that Warriors got buffed to hell and high heaven after I stopped playing, which is very sad, because when I was playing, Warriors were so bad that people wouldn't even take me to, they wouldn't even accept me to join like a +3 dungeon, like a +3 mythic, despite the fact that I would have, like, in my Raider.io, I've done this dungeon at like +8 on this character. And people would like not even take you on a +3 because, like, oh, you're a warrior, dude. Nah, that's a liability. I'm not willing to deal with that. That's what it was at the start of BFA. It was insane. I hear that later down the line they became amazing, that right now they're actually really good. But, you know, that's the type of stuff that you kind of have to deal with. Like, as you guys know, I've also played quite a bit of Final Fantasy XIV recently. And here's one of the things that I can tell you. Whenever I was, you know, a little bit undecisive about which class I wanted to play in Final Fantasy XIV, never even once the thought that came to my mind was, how viable is this class? Like, never even once. The only thing that came to mind is like, oh, I'm having so much fun with the Gunbreaker. Oh, but the Paladin's also so much fun. And then eventually I started playing Warrior. Oh my God, Warrior's amazing as well. And then it's like, it was always about which of these classes is the most fun for me to play. And never once did I actually consider like which of these classes is actually viable for me to do endgame with, because you can do endgame with whatever class you want, right? Whereas in World of Warcraft, that is definitely not the case, in my opinion. Some people are going to have different opinions, but like when you're looking at tier lists, particularly for tanks, you'll notice that like you have the S tier of tanks right now, which I believe is either Vengeance Demon Hunters or Paladins. You have the A tier of tanks, which is usually like Monks, Blood Death Knights, or something like that. I watched recent tier lists. I might be getting some wrong. But basically, you know where warriors are? They're all alone in one tier just for themselves, which is the C tier. This is for Shadowlands, not the pre-patch, by the way. This is for Shadowlands, which is just insane. Like, you know it's going to happen the exact same thing. Like when people are making mythic groups, they're going to see the warrior and they're like, oh, hell no, dude. I don't want to take that chance. I'm not taking that liability. Because when you're in pugs, people want the strongest classes so that they have an easier time doing the dungeons. Just that simple. And most likely, I think that for Shadowlands, I'm going to be maining a Paladin. I've been talking it out with my raid leader, and Paladins are looking pretty freaking good. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. It also opens me up to be able to heal. So that's another thing. Would I rather play my warrior? Hell yeah, I would, because it's the first character that I ever played in World of Warcraft. It's the first character I took to max level. It's the first character I raided with. You know, it's got some sentimental value, but ultimately it just feels like it's so busted that it's not even worth considering. And I'm definitely not going through what I went through in BFA, where it was just like trying to get in the mythic groups and just seeing like, oh yeah, you're a warrior. Nobody wants them at the start. And again, like I said, at the tail end of BFA, it was the opposite. Warriors were like the kings of Mythic Plus. But obviously Blizzard has overcompensated yet again, nerfed them into the dirt, and things are what they are. So yeah, you guys can expect to see some more WoW content in the channel as well. I have a couple of things that I'm going to be working on next week, I think. I can't really talk about them just yet. There's a lot of stuff happening, let's just put it like that. Not exactly sure how everything's going to pan out at this point. I also have one project that I want to get started on today. I haven't started on it yet, to potentially make a review for something that hasn't really come out yet. Can't tell you guys what it is, but yeah, I just wanted to update you guys and let you know that things have been interesting over these last couple of days, and World of Warcraft has actually been a positive part of it, regardless of the fact that I still, because some people might think because you're playing WoW, like, does this mean that you don't agree with the things that you talked about in regards to Blizzard and stuff? No, I stand by everything that I said. Every single video. There's like 5 or 7 videos or whatever about me talking about the fall of Blizzard. And in all of those videos, I stand by every single thing I said, and I haven't changed my mind on any of them. Like I said, this is a vehicle right now for me to get in touch with a younger version of myself. And mine works in mysterious ways because it's working, and I'm going to keep doing things that I think are best. And like I said, I still don't advise people follow me into this madness, because I don't think it is in a good place. Maybe I'll change my mind, maybe I won't, but it is what it is. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you did not enjoy this video, hit the dislike button, because feedback is important. See you guys on the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.